Welcome to the Tree of Life Klimt lesson today. So this one is all about the circle of life. So we have the branches going up into the sky, as you can see here, and then the roots going all the way into the ground. And the idea is that the life cycle is a never-ending circle. So because it's Klimt, we're going to have lots of golds and oranges, and also because we're doing this in the fall season, we've chosen to have some orange and browns. So the materials you will need are a piece of paper, a water cup, 2 paintbrushes, a series of tissue papers, and then this tray of paints. So there should be some metallics, so we have some gold, some copper, some silver, and then black to do the tree trunk. And then of course a glue stick. So first step is to glue your papers onto the paper. So we just do this, and you can do this very geometrically like I'm doing here, just lining them up. The other alternative is to do this if you imagine these all being glued out like this. So those are the 2 styles. So you're going to keep going until the entire page is full. Now we have stuck over our tissue paper all over the sheet. So you can see I put the brown on the bottom, and that represents the soil and the ground of the earth. And then I used the golds, reds and oranges, and just mix them in. And I'm covering all the space. You shouldn't have too much white space. And because it's just glued, you can easily pick them up and move them around. And don't worry if you have white space, not a big deal. We also have a book here, tree, which you can reference. And it has lots of imagery around how we want our branches to look. So for example, here we have black, big thick tree, lots of simple straight branches, but we use a lot of circular motions in here. And then if I look at this particular image, the tree branches are circular, so you keep that in mind when you start painting. So your next piece, or part of this lesson, is to draw out the tree branches. So you're going to take your water cup and your brush, dip it in the water, and you're going to pick black color. Pick black versus the brown, just because it works better. And then I'm going to start here. So this is going to be the base of my trunk. And because it's tissue paper, you might have to change the angle of your brush without pulling the paper. So just do it very delicately. See there how I pulled the paper apart? You want to be mindful of that, you don't want it to rip. Okay, my first branch, so I'm just going to do it crudely right now. And then I'm going to build up. Okay, so the tree trunk I've built out is relatively thin on my model here. You can make it way thicker and then have less trunks, but the idea is to have circular motions or very simple thick branches. And you're going to come back and add in some details in a minute, but I will talk about that when we get there. The next stage now is you want to do the roots at the bottom, and the roots have to go all the way to the bottom of the ground. Remember, we're talking about the circle of life, so everything has a beginning and an end, and repeats and resets. That's what this whole lesson is about. So we want to see things go into the ground all the way through. And so we have lots of roots. All of us come from different backgrounds, so we want to see many roots, and the roots also represent the strength that we have. So you want to show. Okay, so again, you see I'm refilling my paint each time. I'm only using one color at this point. Okay, so this is the basis of your tree of life. Okay, so root up to the sky with the branches and down to the ground. So as with any paint, once you finish with one color, make sure you rinse it out before you pick in the next color, so we don't mix our colors. Okay, and now I'm going to start adding some of the symbolism. So he has a lot of gold and silver, so I'm going to add silver first all over my tree. And because I'm not changing the color, I don't need to use the water brush. So real simple. Now I'm going to change color. Now we have some gold, and we have some bronze, and we have some copper as well as a silver. So again, no rules. I'm going to have mine blend. So I want the metallics to pop, but you can do whatever you like. So you want to repeat that all over. Fill up your space. Now, the other thing that Klimt has in his pictures, he likes to have symbolic references. So we could have some owls for wisdom. You could have a all-seeing eye. You could pick whatever you like. So then choose your color for it. I'm going to choose a little owl, and I'm going to have my owl on this branch here. So this is my simple shape of my owl. Okay, I'm going to let it dry a little bit, and then I'm going to add some gold for its eyes. This is probably not going to show up too well because the paint's very wet, but and then his feet. This doesn't look like the most obvious owl right now, but you get the idea. Okay, and then that is it. Leave it to dry. That's simple. So again, Tree of Life, all about layering, about painting on top of it, obviously, and then using patterns to create symbolism. And so have fun with it.